Tēnei au ko te uri o manu manu, ho te aitanga tiki. He matakahi he mānuka, he kāhika, i ahu mai te kōhanga tapu tapu ātea. Hei te ware o te mānuka, hei te ware kura manu kapua. Tēnei au te hoatu nei, hokai a wai, whanāringa. Hiko ia te wetu, hiko ia te marama. Tēnei a maunga nui ki tāmaki. Tēnei ngā tihi, tēnei ngā wai, tēnei ngā tapu. Kārere atu ngā mihi ki a koutou, e rongo mai taha nui, e rongo mai taha rangi. Kārere, kārere.
E ngā mana, e ngā reo, e rauranga tirama e te whānau whānui o Ngāti Whātua o Rākei, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou katoa. Nau mai haere mai, ki tēnei pōwhakamutuna, pōwhakanui, I ngā hōtaka katoa, I tui tēnei tau, mo Toi Whātua, rua mano, rua tikau ngā toru. Q. Hei tuaruatanga mātu, he mihi tēnei, ki tō tātou tira whakahaere. Our Trust Board, tēnā koe marama, me tō tīma. Our Whai Maia Board, our CEO, Tom Irvine, tēnā koe. Our SLT, our wider staff group, me ngā ringa, me ngā waiwai, o te marae nei, tēnā koutou e o kurangatira. Thank you all for your ongoing support for Toi Whātua this year. Without the support that we've had, resource that we've had, we wouldn't be able to service and put back into our deliveries that we've had this year. Nā reira, tēnā koutou katoa. Ahakoa ngā piki, ahakoa ngā heke, ki roto i ngā mahi, kei konei koutou he tuara mō mātou, tēnā koutou. Just in terms of the event and the setup, flash, whānau flash. I would like to make special acknowledgements to Neil James. If you need a logistical guy, he's your man. Secondly, toi pai au te paurewa, tēnā koutou I whakarākei I tā tātou ātea I tēnei ahipo. Thank you for dressing up our marae. Kamatu, can we please have a round of applause for our kazi, Nate? And Nate has provided us with all the technology that you're seeing in front of you, and also just giving us the tips that we're needing as we've been building our showcase for you all tonight. Nā reira, mihi ana, mihi ana. Just a few health and safety regulations whānau. Wharepaku, we'll show you all know where the wharepaku are. Etahi o koutou, ka re te mōhio. Just for some of you that don't know, our wharepaku are in the back here, just down the side there. Tuarua, in case of an emergency, I think we'll be fine tonight. However, if you exit through the Waharoa, and we meet over there in the cul-de-sac. Tuatoru, tamariki. You guys are all right. It's fine. This is a smoke-free, alcohol-free kaupapa and whānau festive night. So don't be afraid to clap, don't be afraid to celebrate, and don't be afraid to enjoy and relax. Just in terms of an agenda, so I've had a few people say, what's happening? What are we doing? I'm like, oh man, we started planning this 3 months ago. And so just to inform everyone of what our kaupapa is tonight. Last year, Toi Whātua had a graduation ceremony in the wharekai, and it was awesome. However, every year our engagement, our numbers, our whānau grow, and being able to have a certification like that will probably take 6 hours. So I'm not too sure everyone has that kind of patience these days. So we've upgraded, we gave it a bit of a facelift, and we held our Toi Reo graduation last week. Just a big round of applause to our Toi Reo whānau. And so this evening is more so just about putting on a showcase in terms of what it is we have been doing throughout the year. I know the question comes up a lot, what do you even do? And so hopefully tonight some people are able to sense some of the mahi that we've been able to complete throughout the year, and hope, aspirations for the future, that we extend our mahana, our aroha and our manaakitanga to more whānau to come back into our kaupapa and continue to engage with us. So I'm going to let the showcase speak for itself. I just had to give those little 1, 2, 3s, and then we'll be ready to go. Nā reira, Sit tight e te whānau. Enjoy your night. Ngā mihi me kia koutou.
To me, I like a hive of bees that are just out there doing all the mahi and coming back in and bringing back the honey. So, we're everywhere. Toi Whātua is everywhere, and we do also mahi for the whānau in terms of our cultural aspirations for the iwi.
Ko Toi Whātua, te kaitō i te onamata ki te anamata, e whakatō nei i ngā purapura i haria mai i ngā tupuna i Hawaiki, e tatari tonu nei tātou kia puawai mai.
Ko Toi Whātua taku āhuru mōwai. I auwi konei, i rungi i ngā whenua taurikura o aku tamariki. Ko Toi Whātua te pito o ngā mahi Māori o Ngāti Whātua mai Maunganui ki Tāmaki, mai Tāmaki ki Maunganui.
Yeah, te noa tāhua. It's been awesome watching our Toi Whātua grow, and the biggest thing is that there are options,
Toi Whātua is a rōpū of whanaunga who bring an immense amount of experience and skills in their various fields, who are all contributing to the livelihood and the vitality and the essence of Ngāti Whātua in their different way.
Pai tēnā, ko te kite i te pakari me te kaha tipu o ngā uri ki roto i ngā akoranga reo mai, tikanga mai, me ngā te taitauira, ngā akoranga, ngā mōtea ki tō hui ataha me jautaha e tino kite ana, tino rongo ana i te whanaketanga o te taitai atu ki e rahuhuinga, he atahua, he tino atahua tērā ki au.
So what I enjoy most about Toi Whātua is being able to practice what I love doing, being able to be around like-minded people, and being a part of creating a better future for our whānau, hapu and iwi, particularly being in spaces that influence and empower our rangatahi.
Is the fact that my job, per se, is literally my passion, and so I get to literally be an artist and practice all the facets of te ao puoro as my actual job, and for that I'm very grateful.
Yeah, being a non-uri kaimahi and being a part of Toi Whātua, it's cool knowing that there are options available to descendants to uri in terms of if you want to learn more teatea, there's an opportunity to plug in. If you want to learn te reo, there's a suite of 5 levels to plug in. If you want to learn songs, if you want to learn to whai kōrero, if you want to learn to karanga, the thing I enjoy most about Toi Whātua is knowing that those options are available, but also when I think of my colleagues and the range of skill sets there, I think you're well looked after as well when you enter into those realms as well. So people of their respective expertise, they're also loving and kind when they're, when you go and participate in those kaupapa as well.
So just to endorse the kōrero, I'd like to invite Tommy to speak on our behalf as our pou, our rangatira, our ipoko as a whakmaoiwi. Haramai Tommy.
Tēnā koutou, big shift for tino rangatira te kura is Māuiwi, so I'm here. First of all, a couple of acknowledgements to our rangatira. Ake Wahine Marama. About 2019, 2020, the Trust Board got together and went around the Motu and also to Australia and talked to our whānau, talked to you all, and asked you what you wanted. And one of the number one priority that came back from whānau was cultural identity. Thank you for that leadership, trust board, Marama, tēnā te mihi nui. Kia koutou, kia atua. Now we mention that, another magnificent wahine, former CEO, my wonderful cousin, Rainari Hunia, I'm my CEO for 6 years. She took that strategy that came from us, came from our whānau, let's get our cultural identity right. And what she did was, we're seeing the fruits of it now, but she engaged rangatira, many of them. I look behind me and I see Ropata, one of the early ones, and then we bring in Te Kura Kaiaho, who's I'm filling right now, and many others. Huia, Joe, through COVID, you know, the periods in COVID where we had our culture on the screen, Waiaka, Karakia, Hitoria, Kahoot. We knew what Kahoot was before that. And here's a personal thing for me. In the last year, I talked about my real journey and how proud I was to be able to put it all Māori to a degree. I'm proud now to see my brother Bob Man graduated with me last week at our he was the best at Kahoot through that whole period. And you asked John Huia, number one attendee for all the Ngāmo Tia, all the karakia, my tōkana Bobby. So proud of that. Also see my youngest mokos learning mareo at ECE. So Toi Whātua is simple. It's about our culture. It's about us. And you know what? I'm looking at the front row. Huia Toi Whātua mā, ngā mihi nui moto. For your patience, for your faith in us, we've saved our culture. We're there. 5 years ago, I think Rangi Māori would have said, man, even our reo is in danger. Not anymore. And it's to people like Te Kura, who's done a lot. You know, Te Kura doesn't work 40 hours a week. Neither do these fellas in Toi Whātua. Kaupapa doesn't have an hourly rate. Kaupapa doesn't have a number of hours you do it. Kaupapa is forever. And the leadership from our team here, having the energy, you know, you see them here sitting there. They've had a whole year of coaxing us, getting us cats into places we don't want to be. And this is from all levels of reo, our Toi Tāpiri, you know, Tarumai and her crew that have been teaching us our waiata, our kapahaka. We are sharp. We go around the motu, we welcome Manuhiri here, sharp, and it's magnificent. Forget about the TikTok with all the flash portai and so on. We have depth, and it's because of this Toi Whātua kaupapa. It'll never end. We'll keep learning. And here's the cool thing. Last year we had 4 levels of reo, or pura. We expanded that to this year to 5 levels. You know who's talking about 6 level? Turopo. What's another level? But you add to that our aspiration that also sits in Toi Whātua to have our own pura a iwi here on our whenua, on Takaparafo, next to our ECE, and supported by our trust. We are getting there. People like Warataya, Hone, are working hard with the ministry to ensure we get our young ones coming out of our ECE or another Māori medium ECE into kura, if they live in the neighbourhood and lucky enough, kura a iwi on our whenua, and then all the other layers that we can add to that, we'll add them over time. I'm so proud, you know, tino whakahihi koro. I'm really proud to be here speaking on behalf of Toi Whātua. It is our centre for everything. Whātua, we do a lot of things. Whaimaya do a lot of things. Cultural identity, we are there. We are there. We are never going to be forgotten here in Tāmaki. Tāmaki, ki aro, whakaparapau ki runga. E tū ngā tangata o Ngāti Whātua rākei, Tāmaki mataurau e ngunguru nei. Tēnā koutou.
Tēnā koe Tom, o tira tēnā koutou e ngā mokopuna. The next kai kōrero, can I please call to the podium, Matia Joe P. Hema, haere maira.
Form of expression would have to be karanga. I love how karanga challenges the kai karanga to interweave the different kupu, the different elements that we are surrounded by, whether it's for a kaupapa or whether it's through feeling something. I think the role of a kai karanga is quite important. You need to be able to ground yourself and be open to the nuances of the space around you. I love how you can use a variety of kianga and kupu with karanga as well, so I feel like it's quite a diverse form of oratory as well.
E hara I te mea he toa au ki tēnei mahi, engari if I was that mahi, I'd be a pile. I love to read the room, go off the vibe and lift it.
My favourite form of expression is obviously what I'm into, which is music. Te ao pūro, te ao waiata, because music is intergenerational. Music is a tool to self-determination. Music is a tool for healing. And honestly, what would life be without any form of oro? So yeah.
Waiata āringa. Waiata āringa vibe, yeah. Ki au nei roto I te waiata āringa, you know, he rere kē katoa te tuku I te mea kei te whakaaro koe ki ngā āringa, ki ngā nekehanga, ki ngā mea maha. Pēnei I au e whakaako ana I aku tauira. Kāore au I te whakaaro mō tētahi kaupapa noiho, kāore au I te whakaaro mō tētahi wāhanga o te reo noiho, ka whakaarongia ngā mahi o nāia nei, ma ngā mahi o te anamata anō hoki.
I think I connect more with haka. You can put out any feeling in haka, you know, whether it's like hatakihi or you're angry or you're having a bit of a moment and you need to let it out. I feel like haka is a good way to kind of express all of those feelings in one.
Kia ora koutou. E tō ai te ana ngā mihi, ki ngā maruhiri tuarangi haere mai. Haere mai ki au, kia tupiriri haere mai ki au, kia te kawau. Haere mai ki ngā hapu e mihi atu nei, e whakatau nei a koutou. Haere mai. Good to be here tonight with all of our whānau, all the uncles, aunties, our kaumātua kuia, and our mokopuna. Wow, what an amazing way to finish off our year, eh? I just want to just say, Tom, what an amazing group of people we have here. Our Toi Whātua team, our Whai Maia team,
And as I look around, we're blessed as a hapu to be able to call upon these people to inspire and lift us. So, Tom, kānui te mihi, kānui te kaha o te tautoko i o kupu. And I do have to reiterate that, yes, your brother was much better at kahoots than you, but you've got another few months to catch up to him, and then we're back into it again. Yeah, kia ora everybody. I've got a little 5-minute kōrero, and it's a little kōrero to hopefully share with you what we've been doing in Toi Whātua. And if you don't know about Toi Whātua, well, we want you to know about it because we want you to come along and be a part of our Toi Whātua whānau. Can we all say Toi Whātua? Well, we're Tuesdays at 5 o'clock, and we give the nice little to the kurapo. So we're winding down, as the kurapo has, but if you want to come and dip into the puna of Waiata Tawhito, if you want to lean into it, then come along to Toi Whātua. Just one more thing before I crack into the little presentation here. I want to have a big mihi. Vicky, Danny, kānui te mihi kia kaurua. Beautiful to see you in amongst us. And aren't we blessed as a whānau to have whānau like you to come here and again lift our people, lift our spirits along with your children. And I just want to mihi to the kapahaka whānau. Our kapahaka whānau who do so much beautiful mahi from our kaumātua right down to our mokopuna. And yeah, you're seeing it up here today. So I just wanted to just put a little bit of a kia ora out there to some of you who have come along tonight. Okay, it's going to take on a little journey. And these are what I call some of the songs of te kawa. And te kawa, you'll find them in probably 2 or 3 places in our whare. One is that first big po you hit, you go through the front door, and there he is, he's giving you a nice big kia ora, kia ora. And te kawa is also one of our po. I think he's like the second or third on the right hand side when you walk in. And he was one of the big chiefs of our people here in Tamaki. Yep. Where am I looking? Oh. There I am. It's probably about 1/5 of me. And like my here, Tupiriri, and we come down the Tarahawaiki line. But I'm looking at my Uncle Fred and whatnot. I'm also a whakariki as well. And so that's a little bit of me. Can't wait. And we'll move that on. Now, when I'm talking about me, and I'm talking to you, I'm actually talking to a broader, deeper group of people as well. Because you know who I am. I'm you and you're me. But if I wanted to maybe introduce myself to you, then I'd talk a little bit about my whakapapa, which you've seen. And now I'm going to introduce you to a little bit of my will, our will. And part of it is through pepeha. And so here's a couple of pepeha. And the first one is, mai maunga nui ki tāmaki. Kōrero mai, maunga nui ki tāmaki. Kia ora, that's our wider region of whanaungatanga and all of those beautiful connections that we have between the hapu, between those mana motuhake. They had a very, very close relationship. I come down to the next one. Te kahu tōpuni o Tupiriri. Repeat after me. Te kahu tōpuni o Tupiriri. Welcome to our world. The dogskin cloak of Tupiriri that's stretched out upon the ground. And if you have a look at it, if you fly up into the air and look down again, you're looking at our tribal areas of Tāmaki Makaurau. From Kohi Maramara, down the back there, as Te Kura aptly puts it, from Movenpick, all the way down toward, or Tahuhu way, down toward the Manukau. Then you can glide along the Manukau in a westerly direction to Green Bay. And from Green Bay, we head over to Riverhead. And from Riverhead, you come back down the inner Waitemata till you get to the other side of the Harbour Bridge, and you come back again. There we go, Te Koutou Puni o Tupiriri. The final one I want to mention, and it's right here. We're right in the middle of it, the 700-acre block that was spoken of and contested by Up and others in the court in 1868, 1869. And we call it, or from a contemporary point of view, we like to refer to it now as Te Whatu Toto o Te Kawau. Whatu Toto o Te Kawau. Ka pai. And so that's our world that we project through Waiata. Thank you. And so we're going to have a little snapshot of our history. We're going to share a little bit about the power of Waiata and hopefully learn a bit about Te Kawau in the final 4 minutes that I've got, eh? Yep, let's move into it. Moana roa. Thank you. And so, yeah, there's our history. And no doubt you get a whole lot of it, eh? When you come to our wānanga, the different wānanga, whiria te hono, tuia te hono, te matakahi. That's some of the real basic history we look at. The 1740, 1750 raupatu of Tamaki. We talk about people like Kiwi Tamaki, the chief of Waiōhua, and a lot of them, the battles that happened. In particular, Te Rangi Hinga Hinga Tahi. Can we all say Te Rangi Hinga Hinga Tahi? Yeah, the day they all fell over. So we're talking about the battle where the Waiōhua Ngāiwi chiefs all fell over at the hands of our Te Tāu hapu that came down from the Kaipara. And as we move through that early histories, we're talking through the Waka Kōreri. We're looking at our Tupuna Tupiriri, Te Ara Pūweru, down in Mangere, and then we get to Maunga Kie Kie. Thank you, Moana Roa. And at Maunga Kie Kie, you have Tupiriri, our Tupuna, who's the Pautoko Manawa. He begins to project his mana and influence into Tamaki. And there are 4 key take, 4 key take that we have mana here in Tamaki. And so if ever you are questioned, why do you have mana here? Or if other people are talking about why does Ngāti Whātua ki Tamaki have mana here? There are 4 take, but there's actually a 5th take. The first one is take tupuna, our long ancestral connections. Take raupatu, our rights and privileges accorded from the conquestors, the conquest of 1740, 1750. We've got tuku whenua, ahika, the most important ahika. Here we are here today. The fires are burning. But actually, having spoken to my cousin Ropata, we've added another take. And that's take tiriti. Because that take tiriti signed down at Manukau on the 20th of March, 1840, gives us another unique connection to our whenua. So we've got another take to add. We've got take tiriti. Thank you, Moana Roa. And there's up behind Te Kawau with his nephew. Beautiful photo of him. And yes, he's the grandson of Tupiriri. He's the father of Taraha Waiki, and, or rather, his father was Taraha Waiki, mother Mokorua, and he was a board leader and referred to as a man of many cousins. We're going to now bring him back, We're going to bring him back to our marae Atea, and we're going to go through a couple of waiata all together, because these are about Apihai, or the times that Apihai lived. And here we go, Hea Ha Te Hau. Well, we've done that one, that beautiful waiata, Hea Ha Te Hau. And the main thing about Hea Ha Te Hau, go back to that other one, thank you. We've got 3 key tohu in there. You should all know the 3 tohu. The 3 tohu that come out of Titahi's prophecy. Tohu number 1, the hau, the winds that blow the authority of the time of the people who signed the tiriti back up in Pewhairangi, the Bay of Islands, the hau, So the influence that was felt by Apihai and his people down in Tamaki just after February 6th, the hau. We come to the Pupu Tarakihi, that beautiful shell, and that there was a tohu about the new people coming into our waters, the new ideas and new technologies. The final one, te pou whakairo, that elevated post that would be lifted up as a tohu of that new kāwanatanga. The kāwanatanga friend, the kāwanatanga partner who would come to Tamaki. We've done that one, let's leave that there, let's go to our next one, eh? Oh, te ao kapua. Well, we've done te ao kapua, eh? As our manuhiri came on, we had the kōrero, and te ao kapua was used as the way at the tautoko. There's a little bit of a background, and remember, these are the songs of te kawau. You get te kawau around about 1840. He invites his friend Hobson to come down and create a new vision, a new pathway forward. But around about 1853, there's a lot of land that has been lost from Te Kawau's hands. And he's very, very agitated and quite sad. He writes a letter to the third governor, to Governor Gray. And he articulates in the letter that he's very, very unhappy about the land floating out across the ocean into the hands of other people as if it were a cloud. And so there it is there, te ao kapua. And when he talks about e hara i te tama he whatutoto, he's talking about the loss of not only land, more than that, it's like his own heart blood, eh? More than a child even. He could lose a child, but actually it's more than that, it's his heart blood. Now we come to the third waiata, which was penned not long ago as a response to the political environment. And there it is, it comes off the back of te ao kapua. I think we've kind of got the gist of it. What we're saying is that the heart blood of the kawau should and will not be forgotten, should and will not be lost. Here we are the ahika of Tamaki, and we will hold on to our mana, we will hold on to our whenua forever. So I'm going to invite all of you to stand up and let us go through our waiata, our third and final waiata from the songs of the Kawau, E Kore Eriro. So, as I draw it to a close, I just want to remind us saying, waiata, all waiata. Waiata tawhito, and also our waiata aringa, they have a real power to them. They have a power to inform through all the information in the mātauranga. And so let's not forget that, eh? When we have waiata, they're partly there to inform us. The other power of our waiata is to inspire. And so I remember marching up to the porte and doing E Kore Eriro. And I'll never forget that. And it just inspired me to want to really be a part of my people as we fought for our take. And the final one, the power of our waiata is to help us to connect to each other, to connect to times that have already gone by, but also to connect to our whenua and to connect to our potential. Nō reira, e te whānau, if you want to come and connect a bit more to our waiata, tawhito, to our waiata more te atea, come on down, particularly next February onward, Tuesday, 5 o'clock to 6 o'clock, we'd love to connect to you. Kia ora koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, kia ora mai tātou, tēnā koutou ni wānarua.
Tēnā tātou te whānau. Nau mai ki tēnei showcase. Anei ngā uri, anei ngā hua o te iwi, anei ngā pōpō. Anō reira paki mai mō kiwa, Rio, Papa, Alicia, Tumaya, e George. Pea kone hoki Tahitona, me I haya. Tahitona is one of our guitar babies. And these are all my He Wairoreka vocal lesson Monday afternoon babies. And basically, we're super excited to be here tonight. Hey, tamariki mā. We've worked so hard, we've learnt so many things, and we're super excited to sing this waita tonight for our whānau. It's our first performance for our babies here tonight, so what better way to have our performance in front of our whānau and a really flash gig on our marae, eh? Ka pai. Hang in there, Te Whānau, there's more entertainment coming. More entertainment coming. Hey, te pēhea, everyone all good? Hapai, kōrerua. We have two more kai kōrero to get through, and then we will be wrapping with our EP, and then we can go into hapai, handy. Ko te kai kōrero e whai ake nei, tētahi rangatira ki ahau, he kāpā ki ahau, haere mai rā atua repa.
Reo tōku oho, tōku reo, tōku māpehi maurea, tōku reo, tōku whakakai marihi. Ko ia ko te tuāpapa o te tuakiritanga. Ki te kore tōku reo, kua kore tōku Māori, kua kore oku iwi, kua kore te reo o ngā mātua tūpuna. Ki te kore tō tātou reo, kua kore tō tātou Māori. Ko kore te kapahaka, ko kore te karakia, ko kore te karanga whai kōrero rānei. Nō reira, ko te tuāpapa o tō tātou Māori, ko te tuāpapa o tō tātou Whātua, ko te reo tērā, horekai tū atu.
E kura i au ki te tai kura kaupapa, te tai kohanga reo, whare kura reo Māori katoa. Ao, pō, ao, mahi karake ai te ata, mahi mehi te ata, iara. Nā ka puta nā hau i tērā ao, i hārea hau ki taku wāhi mahi hangarau, i rongo ahau i ngā kino me ki ngā naue o te ao whānui. Te mahi tahi ki te hunga tauiwi, me te mea hoki ki hai au i rongo i era whakapono o te whai koha, whai aroha, manaki tangata, manaki wairua. Ka tai au ka moke ki tōku ao Māori, ki tōku reo Māori. Nā wai ko hoki mai ahau ki e nei mā tāpono.
Ki au nei ko te reo Māori taku ahunga. Kore a au i reo Māori, e tipu ake au ai, he ao Māori ki e tēnā. Tipu ake au i roto o te kura kaupapa o te kohanga reo, ko te reo Māori tōku ao.
Te reo Māori is important to me because it is the very essence of our culture, and without our culture we don't have any identity, and so, yeah.
Tiko atu kai peke ngā rukara, tēnā hoki koutou. Nunu i rātou i kātira tātou mea ko rātou hoki ngā tino kaimanaki i te reo, ki tēnei ngā kāna putaroa i tāmaki whānui, nō reira me mihi kātira. No te ata nei hoki ka rere no te reo ki rongo waipapa taumatarau me he wai e heke ana mai ia waiparuru putatua na ki te toa ngā taino ake i te wai te mata. Ka taitahi mai a kia koutou i te ahi nei. Nā reira ko rongo hoki tēnei ko whakatūria hei āhuru tanga mō koutou ko tau ki te papa o tū matauenga. Mihi haere, mihia haere tiana ngā atua ko rangi nui e tuhi nei. Hei tua nui ko papa atua nuku e takoto ake nei he papara ko ngā maunga ngā pōpau. I te pau nei e pūkena ana atua ki a koutou. Hei whakatau hoki a koutou o tira i a tātou Māori ko tae mai nei i tēnei ahi pō. Nā reira tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou. Tēnā hoki koutou i ahi maira i a koutou maunga. Waitapu malai ana, malai tapu anō hoki kia tūia mai i tēnei o ngā whare whakahira. Ngā waitapu, ngā maunga, puke i ngā kōrero. Anō hoki hei whakara te kōrero tēnā koutou, tēnā tātou. Tihei mauri ora, tihei whātua. Wiri pai ana hau, straight up. Shaking nervous as I tried to push back on moana roa lemons. Not to stand today, especially following was supposed to be te kura, the mera wake katua tame. Kārua ko cousin Joe. Ka toru ko wā tātou uri mokopuna tai te waliki. That's some big shoes to follow there. Even worse, I was going to treat you to a real nice experience on the video here. Mera wake can't even upload the presentation. So what I want everyone to do is come closer. Look at my, can you actually see the presentation? He oi. Koro pata hau, umihi nei ki a koutou. Amen. Ka tiki natu te tei kōrero hei whakapua ki tēnei kaupū wāku. Mea ana, tuku te toi whanake te toi. Grow the treasure and develop the treasure. He toi ora te toi. It's a living treasure. He toi I ahu mai I Hawaii. The treasure that stems from Hawaii. Tō purutanga, tō tauwhanga, tō taumuri ki te mana atua. The call to wait, a call to summon, the call to the ancestors, o tātou mātua tūpuna. Kia puta ki te whaiao, kia puta ki te ao marama. Let us all emerge into the world of light and the world of enlightenment. Tihei mauri ora. Kia hoki tāku I te rāne he pātai pai te rā. Ko karangahi ahau ki te tuki te tehi kōrero mō tēnei taonga te reo. Nā reira, me pēhe hoki rā. Ka tiki natu e tahi o ngā wahangi kōrero hio mai Joe. I'm going to grab some elements that Joe shared with us so eloquently this afternoon. And one thing that's really etched in my mind ko tuhia ki te rai. E nei karangatanga e whā, nā reira āwhina tia mai, tāmaki tawhito. Kōrero mai? Tāmaki tawhito. Kārua tāmaki raupatu. Tāmaki raupatu. Kā toru tāmaki pungarehu. Tāmaki pungarehu. Ko te mea whakamutunga me te tino o enei toke katoa. Tamaki ahika, kōrero mai rā. Tamaki ahika. So we're really blessed as Ngāti Whātua. We don't have many treasures, really, especially in terms of kōrero, ngā waihotangi, waihotangia mai I ngā mātua tūpuna. But what we do have is really precious. Our chronological narrative you can count on one hand straight up. And it's using that convention that I'll share some of this kōrero and this collective wisdom with you all today. And the desire is that if you don't remember everything, that you at least take one thing home with you tonight and perhaps have a little bit of
think about it and share it amongst your loved ones and your families. And take a snapshot of today, because there's a few people in this gathering that have been a part of many wonderful snapshots in our collective histories throughout the generations in recent times. And they've also been able to share some experience that were handed down by their mātua, their whaia, and their tūpuna reira me mihi ka tika. Kei taku rangati le rangi Māori e mihi ana ki a koe. E ki te ngā kānohi hoki ngā mahara, nā hoki te take, tae mai, hoki mai au ki te kāinga, toia mai au i te Waipounamu, ki te tau rua mano te kau mai ue, kōrero ki ake e tame. Nā reira, me mihi koe, tāte mea, ko koe hoki, nāua no ngā kākano me ki rui ruia, nā reira, e kite ane ngā pua waitanga i te rānei, nā reira mihi ana ki a koe, i tō whaina katoa te nāko, te nāko, te nāko, te nāko, te katoa. Me tātou kei toko hoki ngā mihi, I whariki mea kia koutou o te pōri, marama, koutou rā ngā mātua, ngā te kāhui kau mātua, noho mai nei tēnā hoki koutou, tēnā hoki koutou. Ngā reira kau ki mua atu, kia tāmaki tawhito, and drawing from the kōrero that was left behind by the likes of Whaia Ani, Pihema, Matua Hiu, Kawharu, Paula tu hare, aratono e tahi. So back in the day, ko te tau iwa mano rima te kau, tawa wāhira, about 950 AD, we had Maruiwi that was populating a part of the isthmus, Yahu Maira I Taranaki, ne? Tahuritia ngā waka, and they ended up over here. Nā reira maru pai ana te whenua I tērā momo reo. Engari te reo no tā wāhi ki atu. That language actually came from our origins, from Tahiti, and it was foreign to these lands. Kārua, nā waira ka tai mai te tini o toi, ara te whanganui o toi tērā, pukanakana maira, piata maira, ngunguru maira. I taua wāra ka tēnei hoki te reo, he tūmomo reo ke ato no tērā, and that became the indigenous language of this nation of Aotearoa. Why? Because the things that they were talking about and discussing on their day-to-day considerations were new. They were not things that they were seen in the original land in Oniatea, Iratea, Taputapu Wātea. Ka noho mai hei reo motu hake no te whenua ake nei. Ka toru I ngā tau kotahi mano rua rau ko ngā ho. Nā reira ka tino oho te reo. Ka tino oho te reo o tāmaki whānui nei. Ko ngā uri heke mai ane o ho mairangi. Ko tātou hoki tērā ngā uri o tupuriri. Me rātua ngā mātā waka ko tai mai nei te pōnei. Tērā pēr ko te tangata, ka hore tangata e tuatui āia. E tui ngā tini tātai. Ngā tini heke e tui nei a tātou ngā uri. Ka tai tātou I tāmaki raupatu. He pōhehe pēr no etahi, ka tīmata tērā I te tāma o waha aki nei I whakahuatia e te taumata I tēnei o ngā pō. Mea kia nā hau ka hore. Ko te raupatu tuatahitanga, ka tae mai rungi ngā pokohiwi nui o ka wharu. Nā reira me mihi tērā hunga kātika. Tihore tanga anō hoki. Tihore pai te reo o te whenua nei I aua taura. They were stripped away from ngā tihuarere, ngā oho, ngā iwi. Ngā waira ka hua no te reo. I te nohonga mai o hua kai waka, tōna nohonga tapu ki maunga whauda. Me ana uri katoa, ara ko tātoa no tērā ko ngā uri o te piriri. Ka heke ko tai ki te raupatutanga tuarua I tai tahi mai kia waha aki mā, ara ko te tāinga mai o tetahi reo aki. Aki ana I ngā toa kia toa, kia tūranga tira kia toa. Hei rapu utu mo te mahi mahia ki Waitoro. Nā reira ko tai toa tātou ki tāmaki pungarehu. I ēnei tau nei, me mihi āpi hei mā kātika. I taua taimara i te tāna mai o te pupu tarakihi, o hopi hana mā, poho kawau pai ana a hau. Mea o tātou mātua tūpuna, tā te mea i a rātou, tērā kāhui kau mātua. Ngāuri o tupiriri, me tērā o ngā toko whā, a tomo aure, a pai whenua, a tarahawaiki, te whakaariki, mea rātou uri. Kei a rātou tetahi tūmomo rangatiratanga, ka hore i tetahi atu, putanoa i tā maki whānui nei. Ka heke ka tai ki ngā tau kotahi rau waru mano, ono te kau i te tāma o Tūhaere mā, Pāre Tūhaere. E mimiti haere ana te reo i aua tauraka, me te mana Māori, me ki pēne ake. 1860, from being overlords of the entire isthmus, within that 20 years we became marginalised, our reo, our culture, and even us as a people, 1860. Taira wāke, tā te mea kōrero ana mo tāmaki pungarehu. Pungarehu rawa. Into the ashes. Ka maumaharatia ko tātou kāinga i raro wake rā, te puru o tāmaki, te whare, ki o kahura. Tērā kuata, eka me ki eka, and the quarter of an acre that was left. In that year, 1951, our village was razed to the ground. Kei konenga mamaharatanga e tangi ana i te rāni. A stage in our histories, 1951 me ki, that kia maumaharatia, and probably one of the lowest points in our times regarding te reo, me ona tuakiritanga me ki. Taira wāke ki te tau, whiti tukau mā whitu, ko tai tātou ki tāmaki ahi kā. Nā reira, e rātou ka toka te reo. Ka toka te reo. Ko tētahi o ngā toka, kei te whenua horo ake nei. He mea maumahara mo tō tātou, uri moko puna, a Joanne whanaunga no hoki, tangi tōne te ngākau. Engari me mihi hoki, te tū a te iwi, ki te whenua ngā kai, whakatumatuma, e te whakatumatuma ana te reo, he reo porotehi me ki, a language of protest, of activism. Engari kei pōhehe tetahi, ko tetahi haurua tērā. The other half of that was ko ngā uri o rātou mā. Our tupuna that arrived here previous to our ancestors, and it's a thing that we don't hear much, but the original trustees that had to delve into our whakapapa in order for the Crown and legislation to actually realise, finally, no white te whenua. Nā reire, e mihi ana ngā hunga kua moe, e mihi ana ngā uri o rātou mā ko tai mai nei tēnei rā. Nā reire, kia whakanuia, o mai te pakipaki, ngā uri. Tāmaki ahi kā. Tau 1990, whiti tukau mā whitu, mā wari, ko toka te reo, nā ka tumu hoki te reo i te whakatunga o tō tātou whare, a tumu whenua, literally rose from the ashes, from the pungarehu, and it is our standing place with which we are gathered today. me mihi ka tika kia huro o tātou re. O mai te poki poki. Hei te tau, rua tikau, rua mano tikau maiua me ki 2019. I have to say, e tome, it's the job of a CEO to be optimistic. Rangi Māori knows that. She was full with optimism. Koutou rā te pōri. But we have a collective memory here as well, and a lot of our mātua are sitting here. They remember when there were times with this marae ātea i ana i ngā tira kapahaka. Ngā mātua, ngā whaia mahi kapa ana, te puru o Taumaki. Ngā maumahara i ngā ākau ōmua, te tahi hua, e tahi mahi ane i ngā maurākau. So within that timeline, we've also gone through some piki me ngā heke. When I analyse some of those things, I'm not totally certain that we are in a safe space with regards to our culture and our identity. Why do I say that? Because currently we have about 5% of our uri actually actively engaging with te reo rangatira. He pono e rā kōrero. Of the 7,500, there's probably around about 300. Last week we had just over 100 graduating in te reo. Ho mai te paki paki. Kia tuani tāpiri hanga patai mai ni te pōri hari ki mea patai katoa mai ko te tei haurua hautore tunu ki te kāinga. So we've still got about a third at home, but we've got a long way to go before we can feel safe and assured that our reo and our culture and our identity is in a safe space. Why do I say that? Because for every one of us, of that 5% that are actively engaged in that, there is literally 100, if not 1,000 people that are still trying to undermine our tino rangatiratanga, our mana whenua, our tangata whenuatanga. Marama? Ka pai, nā reira, he pātai tēnei nāku kia koutou. Tēnei me te reo. Ko tetahi hau rua noiho tēnei. Te reo, people say, ako ana i te reo, e kōrero ana i te reo. Engari, he ware tō te nuinga, because many people forget the other half of that equation. And the other half of that equation is tikanga. Te reo, me ona tikanga. Kōrero mai? And the thing I love about the tikanga tonight is two people have mentioned options. So if you're not currently engaging some of the options that were strategically laid down, going back at least over 20, 30 years now, yeah? So these thoughts in terms of a gathering like this were actually seeded over 30 years ago. And I look at this and I'm really proud in terms of where we are today as a whānau, and there are aspects of our whanaungatanga growing, but as many of us know, if not all of us know, there are many aspects that are still lying dormant. Do we agree with that? Nā reira, pēhea hoki tātou e whakarauora ake ai e nei tū āhuatanga. Tā te mea, e kore āhia nei tāi ana tērā te hiki, te kawe, e te kāhui iti nei ko tū nei te rā nei. Everyone must take collective responsibility and accountability for the survival and the well-being of our culture, our heritage, and our identity. Does that make sense? So if there's one thing you're engaging in, me mihi ka tika tēnā koe, tēnā koutou. If you can do 2, 3 or more. But what I'm saying is it's not just about te reo, because the tikanga aspects of that is about manaakitanga. It's about ahuritanga. It's about whanaungatanga. So there are many ways to engage. And if there's not a way for you to engage, you just go over and see Tame and you say, he whakaaro tāpe. I've got a thought. Pono, I've got a thought. Pehe oki tēnei ki aku. And maybe plant that seed, because it's taken 30 years for us to sort of revitalise and get to this point. Just have patience. If you don't get your answer straight away, kia manawa nui. Ngāri ka tēnei me te reo. Just about finished, whānau. It's a beautiful thing because we can flip the script, but the problem is too many of us in that westernized mindset, and we're in the autopilot when we're doing that. And that's cool, because that's exactly what the plan was on the arrival of our colonizers and the people who assimilated our culture. So here's a little bit of a tip, ka tuku atu kia koutou I te pōne. Kia hoki tēnei mea whakamā, what does that mean? Whakamā? Shy, ka pai. How many people, when you've gone to speak or speak to someone or someone's spoken to you, have felt whakamā? Hands up. Even the ones that have the reo now, you remember when you didn't have the reo, how did it feel? Did you feel whakamā sometimes? Yes. Ka pai. So that can be shy, or it can be like whakamā or embarrassment, or you can look at it as whakamā, let's make more clarity in terms of my search for te reo, of me engaging with waiata and all of those kind of things. Ne? Wehi, ko lero mai? Wehi, kia wehi, kia ihua, fear God. That's another one that the colonizers brought over. But wehi, te tahi tūturu tama mo taua kupu, is also respect. So sometimes when you're getting that sense of wehi, when you're coming to kaupapa or engaging with like te reo or other things like that, just think about how beautiful it is to even respect and pay homage to a lot of the things we've witnessed today. Kātoru, the last one is Māori, tēnei me te Māori. And I'm actually going to speak just quickly about a tūpuna of some of our whānau here. His name, he was a gentleman by the name of Hauraki Paoga. Yeah? We've got some of the descendants here today. And he was just over there across the bottom of Queen Street, Waihorotu. He's talking to George Graham. And George Graham was an ethnologist. And he was going, kia hoki tēnei me te Māori ki a koe. And Hauraki's like, pātai pai tērā. Points to a tree and he goes, ki te koe te rākau tū mai rā. George Graham, aye, because that Pākehā could actually called it all Māori back in the day as well. It's like any other ones, but he rākau Māori tērā. Oh, aye, ka pai. Ki te hoki koe te manu, kei te rākau rā. You see that bird in the tree? Aye. He manu Māori tērā. Oh, yeah, ka pai. Mera wake ka tahuri, ka kite itahi, kaipoke. So if you can remember, like back down the ports now, back in the days, there's a whole lot of tall ships. That's why we sing He Ate Au. And then Hauraki says, ki te koe iau wa kaipoke rā? George Graham, aye. He goes, he kaipoke Māori era, tall ships from England. And when I first read that, I was going, how the hell can that be kaipoke Māori? And it took me a while to realize in the wānanga that everything's in context. And the thing was that those ships had become so numerous and commonly seen, just like the rākau, native rākau and native manu, that even he, Māori tūturu, mātanga ki tōna ao, would classify them as a kaipoke Māori because they were that commonly seen. So in that chronological timeline that I was sharing with you in terms of how our culture was slowly lost and taken away over all those years, and basically just in the last 30 years, aspects of te reo, our histories have only come back since 1860. We've still got a little ways to go, but that's one thing that I hope we can all go home tonight and consider is how can I also assist the revitalization of our reo, ona tikanga, and our tuakiritanga, which is our tribal identity. Ka waiho te rā ki a koutou, me aku mihi nui, aroha no hoki tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, kia ora mai no koutou.
This one, but if you know who you are and where you come from, I do believe it's a strong foundation to assist you and help you navigate where you're going.
Hāpaitia te mana o tūpuna. Hāpaitia te mana o Marae. Hiki na hāpai koe ia koe anō, kia tu pakari koe ki roto I tēnei a huri.
Ko aku uri, ko aku mokopuna.
that's the biggest waihotanga and gift that I can contribute to this iwi, and that they continue contributing in the same spirit. Mo ake tonu atu, so on along. I'm literally in awe, you know, witnessing our tamariki, mokopuna tamariki, taiohi, and the new leadership that's making itself present now, and the future just looks so positive, eh? Nā reira me mihi kātika.
Kau waiho i a koe kai karapoti koe I roto I te ao tūroa nei. He Māori koe, he Māori ake nei I roto o tō tūnga I runga I tō marae. Kau ware I tō ukaipo I tō ahirainga. Koina.
A lot of people say, don't forget who you are and where you come from. I would like the anamata to remember that you come from navigators who traverse dangerous seas upon waka built from the most humble of resources. You come from taniwha that guard sacred lands, who have guarded them for generations to come and will continue to.
Be good to people, be kind, be good to people, and also leave our culture in a better state.
Just breathe, just be free, just believe, then you'll see all of the beautiful things life can bring. For you I sing.
Nā reira, e tahi o koutou, some of you who may not have joined Te Reo yet, you can sign up. There's a QR code on your tepu when you go in for a kai, sign up for next year, ka pai. And also kapahaka and all those things, there's some opportunities coming up in the near future. Tuarua, we had Joe, Matua Joe, who spoke on Toi Whātua, and I think the link there was naturally to your DNA code, your histories, and the waiata that have been composed, drawing on that lineage and the history. So, tēnā koe, Joe. Finally, Matua Ropata, yes, he pushed back right up until he spoke. And he said, it just sounds like three old men talking all night. And I said, well, we're actually scraping a little bit of te whānau because a lot of the people I had asked were actually not available to kōrero for us tonight. So just a big round of applause for us. Just to summarise our tuakiritanga, my focus tonight is about anamata. And I had originally given this topic to Whātua. Whātua goes, sorry sis, I can't make, I've got my wee at the moment, I said, can't get why. So I try to palm it off to somebody else, they go, oh sorry sis, I'm busy that night, I've got a cope with us. So I palmed it off to the last person, fingers crossed. 3 days ago, I had to start writing a kōrero. 30 minutes before we started our pōhiri, I still hadn't finished that kōrero. So I'm going to wing it tonight, however, keep it succinct and draw straight on this whakapapa that you see here today, anamata. When I think about anamata, if you look it up in the dictionary, it says future. It actually says that it's a location, eh? Future, in time, to come. However, when I think about the word anamata, I actually think about the past. And so, Nate, can you just go back one, please? So when I think about the past, ka pai. I don't think we can really consider the future if we haven't even grasped the past. And so in terms of that tuku iho, the tuku iho kōrero, in terms of acknowledging those who have laid foundations so that new generations can pick up what has been left behind for you, and it is up to you to determine how you pick that up, evolve it, innovate, and turn it into whatever it is going to be. And there's that quote that goes, protect what our tamariki see, protect what they hear, protect what they smell, taste, and feel. Senses, eh? Sensory system, e te whānau, plant seeds. Sensory system, plant seeds into our hinengaro. And so if you, the thing about the hinengaro, the subconscious is it's got no filter. So whatever your senses take in, that seed is going to be planted, whether you like it or not. And I guess when we're trying to consider the world that we're wanting to create, the future Māori, it is not up to the future to tidy our, excuse my language, shetere up for us, but it is up to us now to do the mahi now so that it is left in a better position for our future to then pick up and then move forward into the ananapa. So in terms of paying homage to our tuku iho, I'd just like to share some of mine who are really, really important to me and been super integral to the decision makings that I've had in my life. Many of us here have been privy to various wānanga, various kōrero, and various kaupapa with a lot of mātauranga that comes to us. And so one thing I'd like to highlight here is to remember, if you can remember the source of your kōrero, always acknowledge the source of your kōrero, so we have a tātai, or we have connection, we can make the connection to the dots, and it's not just something random that has popped up. So in terms of making that acknowledgement, Kohanga Reo Movement 1995-1996, Nene Hiri Awoka Karera Eruera of Tūhoi. Taku Karaua, Rangi Kaura Callaghan, Cowboy of the East Coast. Roscoe Callaghan, hunter-gatherer, protector, provider, father of 8 children. Matua Ropata, Te Reo, Tinoranga Tiratanga, Manamotu Hake, innovation, clarity when moving. Papa Hohepa, Delamere, Wānanga of our internal planes, is some awesome Papa Hohepa, Delamere Pangira that currently are starting to come out now with their kaupapa, which is really awesome. Tiny Morrison, Ngāti Whakau e Te Arawa, Kapahaka, Kapai, and last but not least, Dame Georgina Kenny, St. Joseph's Māori Girls College boarding school in terms of disciplines. And so when I look at all of these skill sets, various wānanga and the lineage that is connected to that cue, next slide please. I'd like to draw it in and bring it into this here. One of the sayings that came through in one of our wānanga was, e hara I te mea he kākanoa hau I whakatōngia e tapu pai ao, he kākano ke, iru ia mai, irangi Aotea. I am not a seed planted by my environment, instead I am a seed sown and gifted by the highest ground rangi Aotea. And so when we look at something like this whakapapa here, or this genealogy here, what Matua Ropata talked about in terms of taking that action is it's about learning to speak the language of your DNA by finding resonance with your genome's natural frequency. So when you go into spaces and you go, yeah, this is my vibe, that's your natural frequency. And so from there you can hear, you can achieve healing through natural alignment with your core template. And so again, haere mai ki te reo Māori, haere mai ki te kapahaka, haere mai ki a whiria, ki a tui, haere mai rā, ki roto Toi Whātua, hei te tau to my name te whānau. The last thing I'd like to plug in here, in terms of one more kōrero that came through, was tending to your unseen spaces. That's the last little one that I'd like to drop there. Tend to your unseen spaces, e te whānau. If that is something that we don't do, our kids will have to tend to them for us. Nā reira, tēnei a Toi Whātua, e mihi atu nei ki a koutou katoa. Tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou katoa. Kia ora te whānau. We've got into the stage of the night where we've got 3 waiata for you tonight, 2 of which off our Ngāti Whātua EP. If you didn't know about it, it's called Whatu Toto. Can everybody say Whatu Toto? Whatu Toto! And this is a beautiful waiata that is sung by our Kazi Rhea over here, and our babies, Kānui, Media, Te Waiata and Shelby are going to sing it with us tonight. So, happy happy mai e te whānau. Ki te ata tātou.
Ia te kaha,
or a part of our Whakitoko Toi Whātua EP. This next waiata is called Maunga. Round of applause for our band, eh? He's our man, he's our producer for Whakitoko, and that's the Whātua EP. This is Abraham Pūna Medawai. Te whai ao mana, he just has to do anything I tell him to do. Shredders, and cuts my hair today. Now, the thing that amazes me is when you know the journey of what it took for something to become something, you appreciate it even more. And my darling over here, Kanu, when she first came to singing lesson, she didn't say a word to me. And now she's up here on that stage, and I'm just like, you know, this is really rewarding for me. To be able to build that connection with our babies, have that trust with them, and for them to be able to stand on stage with me tonight. There's nothing like this feeling. So thank you so much, darlings. Toho kawawana. Tēnā koutou. Taru mai. Within this EP, first of all, I always say this, it's hard to get a hold of the cousins up the hill. Let me tell you that. And so I'm super proud of the collective that we were able to have on our first EP. Obviously, a goal would be to have an album with all our aunties and uncles, our kaumātua e kuia. Mihene kia koutou ngā kaumātua kuia. Ko koutou kei ngā kaupapa ao pō ao, tēnā koutou katoa. Thank you everybody for coming tonight. It's been an absolute pleasure. Although this was a facelift for the Toi Whātua graduation, I kind of thought we set this up to be a bougie first little gig for my kids in Hiwa Roreka. And this one is called Here Mawaka. And this was a song that was written around about when Matatini was happening. And it's to welcome everybody from all over the place. It was a Ngāti Whātua Tūturu Te Tāo to our area, our beautiful kāinga here in Tāmaki Makaurau. Nō reira, tēnā koutou katoa. Thank you so much. We'll go in there and have a nice kai after this waiata. Tēnā tātou.
Tōna ki here ngā waka, tōna ki here ngā tāngata, nau mai tauti mai, he ngā iue. Tā kiri mai te ata,
Tina!